Kia ora, e hoa ma, and welcome to my first day in Vietnam. I got dropped off about 1 o'clock in the morning, more or less here, by a taxi driver who couldn't speak English. Everything was shut. My hotel was shut and locked up, so even though I'd booked, I couldn't get in. They weren't answering their phone. The door was locked. So I ended up here at 1 o'clock in the morning where everything was shut with my bags, not knowing what was going to happen, and in a country that doesn't speak either English or Te Reo Māori, and thinking, oh my God, where am I going to stay? Am I going to sleep in a dumpster? But I did find a hotel that was open, which was really, really great. But when I this morning contacted the motel that I had booked to stay in, they denied all knowledge of it and refused to give me my money back because they didn't know that I existed. So that was a bit of a fine, but just saying. So this is your average Saigon street. You can cross the road at the zebra crossing. No one actually gives way to you. And no one actually stops, but they kind of like veer around you. So there is a trick to crossing the road in Vietnam. The first thing is to hope that someone doesn't steal your camera when you set it up on a tripod on the other side of the road, and you aren't quickly able to go and grab it off them. If you did this in Auckland, there'd be guarantee that my camera would have been stolen by now. But anyway, the main thing is simply to commit and to go, I'm crossing the road, and people will hopefully stop. And so I'm going to attempt this, Exhibit A. I find that saying, I'm crossing the road, I'm crossing the road, I'm crossing the road, is really the way to do it. I'm crossing the road, I'm crossing the road, I'm crossing the road, people get out of my way, I'm crossing the road, I'm crossing the road. I realise that there's no point in saying that because firstly, they can't hear me, and secondly, if they could, they wouldn't understand what I was saying. I crossed the road. So from my first day in Vietnam, as a seasoned traveller, there's a few takeaways. You can get takeaways. There are thousands of these little cafe shops that sell delicious food, including pastries, and they have pastries because it used to be a French colony and they love their pastries, and so I today had this delicious chocolate French pastry. It was yum. The second takeaway is how remarkably clean it is. Like there's no rubbish or not much. So that's you know something. I kind of expected it to be full of full of litter and rubbish, and it's not. At least not here. So one of the surprising things is how people more or less obey the road rules. Look, that is sitting there waiting for the light to change. I didn't expect that. Very law-abiding, very compliant, although there's some guy riding on the footpath. What are you going to do about it? So this is the hotel that I found early this morning, which was great that it was open. Today I went for a big long walk. I needed to buy one of these, which is an adapter to plug my computer in so that I can do some work, some mahi. And so I went for this big, long, enormous walk, which is fine because I would have gone for the big, long walk anyway. But nevertheless, and I went up this road and way the hell down the main street and went to the river and walked all the way along the river, which was lovely, and then went through this like modern area, went through a shopping mall. One thing I discovered perhaps not surprisingly, is that actually nobody speaks English. I would have thought that more people would have spoken English, but no, which is fine. They don't have to, they don't want to. Why would they? Anyway, so I decided that if I was going to not be understood, I may as well practice my te reo Māori. Because they don't know what the fuck I'm saying anyway. So I'd go into the shop and I'd go, kia ora, e hoa ke te hia ho ke te hoko, aho, I te mea iti, ki te whakahinu I taku. He wants me to move. Well, I am standing in the middle of the road. So, who's being unreasonable here? Anyway, so, kei te roro he tokoro, takuroro hiko, kei te, whakahinu, I know, plagi ini, I te mea iti. They didn't know what I was talking about. But then they wouldn't have known what I was talking about anyway. Which is fine. Anyway, so I didn't get to buy one. But then the funny thing is that directly below my hotel is the phone store where you can buy he mea iti I tōku roro hiko ki te pake hinu I tōku roro hiko. So that was funny. At least I thought it was. It made me laugh. Anyway, that's it from me. Ka kite anō, we will see you. I am standing in the middle of the road. I will see you. Maybe a pōpō. Ka kite anō.